The moment the media starts to mention a real estate shift, the market is as if it's doused in a cold shower. Buyers become fearful, buyers become pickier, and some buyers just plain drop out of the market. And if you're a seller and you're not recognizing this shift and adjusting correctly, you're either going to be overpriced or completely disqualified in the buyer's purchase decision. So in today's real estate market update, I'll share with you what to do if you're a seller and a strategy you can take to get your home sold at the best price possible. So let's get started. Today, we're going to discuss the housing market in Marietta, but I want you to know that if you go to this website right here, you can get the housing market stats that I'm going to show you for Marietta for your town, whether it's any place in the United States. Super easy and a great way to stay in touch with what's happening to your housing market. So let's get back to Marietta. So what these numbers are is what happened in the Marietta area last week and how it compares to previous weeks. This is your market action index that takes all of the information and it kind of compiles it into one number to tell us if it's more of a buyer's market or a seller's market. And if you look here for Marietta, it's still a strong seller's market with a market action index of 62. However, that is a drop from the week before and the week before and the week before. If you look here at these numbers, it's been steadily dropping, which means this needle is getting closer and closer to a more balanced market. I want to stress to you that in our real estate circles and all the experts are saying, don't panic. We are not in a position like we were 10 years ago where we had this huge recession. We are seeing a correction, and I'll show you what I mean by that. If you look at the median list price for homes coming on the market last week, we had a drop. These prices have been continually increasing. Look at from April 8th, April 15th, we had a little drop in the May, but then they just kept going up. Because the market was super strong for the last year, sellers were able to price their homes. It was like there was no ceiling. We would look at the comparable homes in the neighborhood and always price a little higher. And now what's happening because of rising interest rates and some of the economic concerns, buyers are getting a little bit fearful. We're starting to see a shift. They're pulling out of the market, or they're at least being afraid to pay these higher and higher prices. So the sellers that can appreciate that, where our market is, and not keep overpricing their properties are going to be the ones to win. Let me just show you one more step before we go on. Properties with price decreases. So of all the homes that were on the market in Marietta last week, this is quite the number. We went from being 38% of them did a price reduction the week before. Last week, 44% of all the homes that were listed in Marietta had a price reduction. So what does that mean? It means that sellers are sitting on the market longer than a couple days. They're getting nervous that the market's going to pass them by. And so they're actually dropping those inflated prices down to more market-driven pricing. So what does all this mean if you're thinking about selling your home? How do you figure out how to price it? Well, the sky is not the limit anymore. In fact, you need to be analyzing what happened in the past to determine how to price your home and be proactive. And it's calling pricing ahead of the market. Let me show you what I mean. So here we have a chart on how to price your home in a shifting market. And for the last year or 2 years, prices have been doing this. But now we're starting to see them flatten out, and it's expected that they're going to start going down and adjusting, correcting, because they have been overinflated because of the limited inventory, high demand. So we're going to see not a crash. I don't think we're going to see prices go like that. So don't panic. We're just seeing a correction here. We're at the height right now, and you see that your neighbor sold for $500,000. If you are in the mind frame of how people were thinking 6 months ago, you might think that you can put your house on the market for $525,000, maybe a little bit higher. So if you price it here, but the value is here, the buyers who are already fearful about overpaying for a house are going to pass your house by. They are not going to take you seriously as a seller. what's going to happen at this price is time is going to go by. Let's say a month goes by and you don't have any showings, you don't have very many offers. So you talk to your agent and they say, okay, we should have priced it at $500,000. We messed up. So now you drop the price to $500,000. Well, guess what? Now the market has corrected itself and the value of your home is no longer $500, it's $475. Okay? So now let's say you are on the market again, another 30 days. And again, very few showings, no offers, or you decide you're going to do a little bitty price reduction. So you say, all right, we'll drop it to $490. Now you drop it to $490. Well, guess what? Now your house is only worth $465. So what happens is over time, you are chasing the market. And having been a realtor in 2007, 2008, all through the Great Recession, I can tell you there were plenty of sellers who chased the market down. If they would have just priced ahead of the market when they listed their home, they would have sold for a higher price than if they overpriced it, followed the market down, and ended up having to sell for much lower price. So if you are considering selling your home, please give me a call. Let's develop a pricing strategy that's going to work for you. It's going to get your home sold in the time that you need it sold, and it's going to help you still maximize the fact that we are in a strong seller's market still. Don't wait for this pendulum to move all the way to a buyer's market before you get smart and price it right. As I mentioned earlier, I analyze the numbers on a weekly basis so that you can stay abreast of what's happening real time in the real estate housing market. And I will be putting out videos weekly, so you don't have to miss any of them. Just subscribe and check out this playlist where we have all of our weekly market reports. Look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great day.